Yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast theme. Talking Burt and Bogies, holding one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discussing the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
Welcome back to another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we get going with our guest this evening, going to take a quick second, give a shout out to a few sponsors. Starting off with Trouble Off the Tee. My man Marty over at Trouble Off the Tee. Make sure you guys go check them out. Got a fresh line of hats out there. Never Lay Up, I'll Go Alone, Scratch Golfer, Camel Chasing. What else we got? Gulf of America. So go check them out over at TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUFF20. PUFF20 will save you 20% at checkout. Make sure you guys go also take a listen to the Audible book over there, Trouble Off the Tee. Really good, great book. Author's Marty Midian, narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. Make sure you guys go give that a listen as well. About the length of a podcast, a little longer. But definitely go check it out and check out his dope hats over at Trouble Off the Tee. Promo code PUFF20. Save yourself 20%. Also, got to give some love to my guys over at Backland Botanicals. Make sure you guys check out Backland Botanicals. I just took my Moonlight Mulligan. Check them out. They got the CBN and the Moonlight Mulligan there. There we go with the Moonlight Mulligan. Get you started on your day. You get into the birdie boost. They really get you up and running. Backland Botanicals really trying to take over the CBD game in the golf world, so go check them out. Something for every point of your day. They also have the new stick, the muscle and joint therapy stick. Go check that out, as well as the THC shooters, the orange and the passion fruit. Constantly coming out with new innovative things over at Backland Botanicals, as well as some merch with some hats and some shirts. So go check them out, backlandbotanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10, TPUFF10, save you 10% at checkout. Also, we got Athletic, ATHLETHC.com. Go check these guys out. They got the 2 milligram mints. These mints they're not going to knock you on your ass, but they're perfect for to get you throughout your day. Something for the early morning, get you up and going with the power. Then you get your midday flow, and then for rest and recovery, you go with the rebound. So go check them out. Athletic, ATHLETHC.com. Use promo code PUFF and get yourself a special discount over there. And last but not least, my guy, the newest sponsor, Mulligan Wear. My guy John over at Mulligan Wear was recently on the Upstate Golf Guys. Go check out that episode. John from Mulligan Wear is the newest sponsor of the Pitch, Putt, Puff podcast. He just dropped a new line of polos and hats as well. Make sure you guys go check them out. Dope hoodie. I got my hands on the hoodie. I'm telling you, it's starting to finally warm up here in upstate New York. But he real great material. Not much resistance when you're out there on the course swinging. So go check it out. Mulliganwear.com. Use promo code PUFF10. PUFF10 will get you 10% at checkout. Check him out on Instagram as well at mulliganwear_. And it will send you right to his link for his website. Going to take a quick break, and we'll get into it with our guest, the Slow Burn podcast. A familiar face will be joining us with his partner on the new podcast journey that these guys are on. So let's check it out.
Okay, word.
And we're back here on the Pitch, Putt, Puff. Joining me, familiar voice you're probably going to know. We got Evan from the Helium Collective. What's up, Evan?
Yeah, what's up, Raj?
Not much, man. Thanks for jumping on. And joining us is his new co-host from the Slow Burn podcast. We got my man Jay from the Lonely Stoner. What's up, Jay?
Yo, what up, what up?
What up? I got a chance to meet you when you came up here to do some videography for us for the golf tournament last year. That was
Good
it was a good
times.
time. Yeah, you
Hell
took your
yeah.
swings out there. I think it was like the third or fourth hole. You go, yo, this shit looks easy as hell. You looked like a fucking windmill out there, but it was a good time.
Swing and a
Hey,
miss.
I've been practicing, bro. I've been practicing. So next time I come out there, it's on site. It's over. You guys are going
It's
down.
on
Do
the
it.
site.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. I love it. Yeah, man. It's a
Sending
fucking.
threats
It's
out here.
fun. It's fun once you get into it, bro. You'll get into it, and it's something you'll get literally addicted to, and you'll find yourself like my buddy Anthony swinging golf clubs in his driveway and shit. So I was just
Yeah,
telling you guys,
that might have
you'll
been
get
induced
addicted.
by other reasons, but
Right, right.
we'll digress from there. But
You can hear that story on the Conspiracy Chaos podcast,
Hey, yo,
the
shout
most
out.
oh
recent
yeah,
episode. Yeah, he went loose on there and told the story. So that's why I'm
okay,
comfortable
gotcha.
talking a little bit about it.
Yeah, I gotta hear that one.
Yeah, it's
Facts.
crazy. It's crazy. So you guys starting up the Slow Burn podcast. I mean, obviously you guys are working together behind the Helium Collective. What made you guys decide to start getting into the podcast game?
You want me to answer that, Ev?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I can bounce off you, or if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was one of those things where it's kind of like you, Raj. It was like, I've seen so many podcasts, and it looks super doable,
Yep.
and just never knew, like, I was always interested, but never had like any direction, like I do a lot of different things in terms of business, and it was just kind of like, do I want to put my face out there? Like, what do I want to like get behind? And when I started working with Helium, like we hit it off like chemistry wise, and it just everything seemed to flow. And it was a great opportunity for us to collaborate on this media, build a community, because we have a very similar community. Even like we all have a
Mm-hmm.
very similar community. So to build this kind of machine to pump out quality content and give viewers a behind the scene look between, Helium, the Lonely Stoner, like I thought that was going to be something that we could really benefit from. And not that it's the most comfortable thing, being out on camera and putting your thoughts out there, but there's so much value in the behind the scenes that it just felt like I couldn't pass it up. And when I ran the idea past Evan, like we were debating whether it should be like the Lonely Stoner podcast or, make it a third party thing. And then we came up with the Slow Burn podcast. Actually, it was my buddy. He went on ChatGPT and he was like, yo, I know you're thinking about a podcast. Like I made a logo, and then I saw the logo, I saw the Slow Burn. I was like, all right, that's pretty tight. And then I ran it past Evan, and then
Shout out ChatGPT. I just made a logo for my
facts.
buddy's detailing business about 30 minutes ago.
Hell yeah.
He's like,
But
yo,
yeah,
how'd
I
you
mean,
do
it
your
just
pitch putt and puff logo? I go, I
Yeah,
got you. Give me 10
gotta use
minutes.
the tools around you. Shit, I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
available. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good reference. If
Absolutely.
anything
Absolutely.
else.
And it also feels like it kind of go along with the tools. Like there's so many tools and resources out there. Like, I'm doing this from my laptop with a mic that I had laying around from doing music,
In a safe
sitting on a
house.
cooler. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it was one of those things where it's like I don't need to invest a ton of money into getting quality content, because at the end of the day, I feel like what people want to see is just that raw, unfiltered personality behind, whether it be, your brand, your business, whatever it is. And I just thought, it would be a perfect opportunity for the Lonely Stoner to collab with, a high quality product and brand like Helium, and Evan's a cool dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Appreciate that.
What about you, Evan? What made you want to jump into the game?
Yeah, like common with what Jason was just saying. Definitely like the community building aspect. Like with Helium, that's kind of the only way we're gonna find success is really building a community and immersing ourselves in the community. Even going back to yesterday, like we just did a pop up over at High Peaks in Saratoga for a couple hours.
Yep.
And like just having like that face to face with potential customers is really big. So this is kind of like a lesser form of that. It's not necessarily face to face, but it feels more like it when we're showing our face and kind of having a conversation about the same stuff I talked to these people about at the pop up. So I just thought it was a great way to kind of dive into the community, because we're gonna have on Hans Solomon, who's like a local genetics dude, but he's been in the industry for a while. He's worked for like an MSO, and now he works for MB over on River Street.
Is he down on 400 River or
Yeah.
still? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he's over there. So, just kind of getting some insight on the community like of cannabis, because there is a pretty wide diversity of people that consume it. You know what I mean? And like you said, kind of like when we talked to you on Slow Burn, was just like everybody's got kind of a story, and they're all pretty unique and they're interesting, and they should be heard. Or we just thought it was a great opportunity to kind of create a platform for maybe cannabis consumers who haven't necessarily been kind of out there, and just create like a comfortable setting where people don't feel like it's scripted or over the top, rigid. It's just more like conversation, similar to like what you do here on Pitch, Putt, and Puff. But no, just like a really good opportunity to keep diving into the community and having more of a reach, because we can only go so far. So I think having these conversations is like really important to just shedding light on the diversity of cannabis consumers.
And I think the one thing that's the biggest advice I can give you guys, like starting off into it, is be yourselves. Because I don't know if I said it when I was on the Slow Burn, but when you try to put up, like, you see some of these people now here trying to be characters and shit, that shit only lasts for so long. Like, when you can be yourself and really be who you are, it makes the game so much easier, and to where you can like lock into what you're doing, stay true to what your plan is and what your path is, and focus on the goal at hand, opposed to be like, oh, okay, I got to make sure I get the 3 funny videos doing something stupid out there this week, or whatever the case may be. Like, you see a lot of that bullshit content out there, which, like, I don't see you guys. I see what you guys doing is with some of the, like, are you guys planning on just attacking like local? Because I know obviously, Jason, you're in the New Jersey area, so do you guys plan on collabing?
He was also talking to you're talking to a Jersey dispo, right? Some like a owner, manager, or something of a Jersey dispo.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually I was on their roof today.
Yeah,
they're cool people. It's funny because like you said, it's being authentic. I think is like the backbone of any brand, whether it it's cannabis, personal training, whatever it is. And like I was a personal trainer, started my own personal training LLC like a few years back. And as much as like I love fitness, I love being healthy, I'm really conscious of like I count my macros to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I never felt like I could be the type of person to be like breaking down the science and putting that out there in the media and stuff. One, I feel like it's super saturated, and two, it's just like, not that I'm not passionate about it, but it's not something. It seems more. It's less casual. Like, I feel like what me and Evan do is very organic, and like it's just me chopping it up with Evan chopping it up with you. It's just. It feels more real and sustainable. Like, I could do this and it's not, I literally just like no prep hopped on the podcast, and like, I know we're going to talk about weed and like golf and shit like that. Like, no one's going to ask me like, how ATP is broke down in the bloodstream or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kicking it back with the boys type shit.
Yep. That's what makes it easy as shit. Like, that's why I kind of, like I told you guys, I was thinking of a conspiracy podcast. I was thinking of a football podcast. But like, you actually have to go and you have to watch the games, and you have to, like, for conspiracy, you got to know your shit and do your research, like to have a good, successful like podcast. Oh, yeah. So I was like, I don't have the time for that shit. I got a little one. I'm playing golf all the time. And that's when I was just like, oh, why don't I just fucking do this shit about golf? Because that's what me and the guys are doing anyway. So I could literally just talk about that. And then I had I started doing the guest thing, and it just let it roll, man, and let it be natural. I honestly do. I think you guys, between the connections you guys have and the way the momentum you guys have gained at the Helium Collective in the past 6 months has been major. Been major. Oh, yeah. Like the name, people know the name.
Yeah, we just dropped another store kind of down by you, down in Albany, Dark Horse.
Okay.
That place looks sick, yo. Yeah, like the interior you showed me.
Yeah, they're kind of like Madame Jane a little bit, but I just dropped the order off today, but they're not open until probably Monday, I think.
Okay, dope.
They're opening up, so.
Yeah, Lucas just hit me up with you mentioned High Peaks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have someone from the owner from High Peaks on. He mentioned she was interested. Yeah, there it is. Yep. She was interested. I couldn't think of the name.
We smoked like a whole cowboy joint, just like out. We had to go like away from the the dispo. We had to go like down to the park or whatever. But
Yeah.
we smoked like a whole cowboy joint, just chilled out outside of this shop or whatever. So she's definitely cool and interesting. Like she would definitely be cool to have on. I think she was about it. He talked to her yesterday.
It wasn't last week, maybe the week before. My buddy played with us who hasn't played in a while in the Pitch Putt Puff, and I had a cowboy, my Sunday cowboy,
Nice.
and we're probably, I don't know, it was the third or fourth hole, and I pass it to him, and I watch him because I like to see people's reaction to see if they have like the same like I literally look at it as like nostalgic. Like I always tell you, it brings me back to my sour. I was like, yo, I watch him hit it, and he does a little taste thing. I could see him, and he's like, yo, what is this? And I'm like, it's some cowboy lemonade. He goes, dude, what this is like? This tastes like, yeah. He literally was like, he goes, this is different. I go, yeah. I go, you like it? He's like, yeah. No, this is like really good. He goes, it's not like, because a lot of people, man, everybody, I feel like, especially like on the legacy side of things now, it all tastes the fucking same. Yeah. There's no special, like, there used to be like different, like you could tell your sour, your haze, your kush, like there was a difference. Now I feel like it's just all the fucking same. I don't know if I'm just so used to it or what, but like at least the cowboy has the different kick, and the DNA, that's a whole different story as well.
Yeah, that definitely hits a different demographic as far as smoker. Usually, probably you're more like connoisseur, heavier smoker who wants to go to the DNA, but everybody seems to kind of really enjoy the cowboy because we had a couple samples on the table yesterday, so we pop them open. People were, every time they got the cowboy, they'd be like, "Oh shit, this is different, huh? What is this?"
Yeah,
and it's cool to see that reaction. I mean, we've had that for like 2 years now. We've had that strain. So like we won the cup in 23, and I mean like a year and a half at least. So having that around and running DNA a couple more times, it kind of like you dial it in a little bit more. Each strain's a little different, but DNA is just a beast of a plant. Honestly, the thing just produces like a motherfucker. It's
you ain't had the DNA yet?
Nah, because when I came up, the only thing that they had was I had the
Cowboy, right?
Yeah, I had Cowboy and Acapulco Gold or Acapulco Gem. Sorry.
No, so the DNA, the first time I seen it, I opened it up and I literally looked at it and I looked right back up at Evan. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Right here.
Yo, what is this?
What kind of science experiment is this, bro?
What did you cook up in the lab here, buddy? It was serious.
Yeah, that's actually that's from our boy John in Ohio. He's got a genetics company, Mean Seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And he like gifted us that back in like had to have been 24 maybe, or ended 23, and I like wasn't able to grow it out or something. But yeah, that's his stuff. That's all his work. He's a cool dude. He helped us out with a lot of like build out stuff, but he's got a grow out in Ohio and does like a lot of consulting on build outs and stuff like that. So nice. Shout out Mean Seeds.
Nice.
Shout out Mean Seeds.
Now, what do you guys like plan on doing like guest wise? I mean, obviously going to keep it in the cannabis industry, but like who are some like guests you guys are planning on featuring besides like myself, of course, and my man Solomon over there.
Said yours truly.
Yeah, we got
for me is
a couple managers, right? We got Dave over at Madame Jane. He wants to pop on there. He's got the Jersey Dispo. Wants to get on there. Probably gonna reach out to a couple like bud tenders or something. Probably get Tori on there. He was at Med MJ. Now he's kind of doing his own thing, but still have him on, have a dope conversation. Or trying to think of who else, but
kind of. So you guys are trying
High Peaks too. We're gonna have High Peaks on the managers over there, so that'll be.
So you guys are trying to like basically dive deep into all aspects of the cannabis industry, from the grow process to the bud tenders to your your casual smoker kind of thing.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of like one thing that me and Evan kind of both agreed on is that we really want to show praise to like the quote unquote stoners who like are very ambitious, like they started their own business, like, because like there's so many aspects of cannabis, right? But I feel like the people who are high functioning stoners, like whether it be the dispensary owners or even you, bro, like you a high functioning stoner, you know, it's probably wake and bake every day and get shit done, you know.
Get it done.
And I feel like, you know, like people like I would love to have Drew Cody back on the podcast. Like I think that would be dope. Like people who are, you know, who are passionate about the industry and like who smoke, but like
a super cool dude too.
He was on the pitch.
Yeah,
He's been on here before. I met him at the long drive thing with at Joe's tournament there. And,
yeah.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Long drive?
Yeah.
He was on. It was super cool. Super cool. And like you said though, what he's doing, being passionate and like really driving, like getting behind it. Like we need people like him who have a platform to get behind it and really support, especially up here in the 518, man. It's not big. Like you see all these events and shit, like Revelry or whatever the fuck it is. That's the only thing up here. There's no other cannabis like events up here. Everything's down in the city.
And everything else is more like salesy. It's more like, you know, come buy equipment or something.
Trade shows type shit.
Like Canicon or something like that. But
I think we need to change that, boys.
I agree.
We need to change that.
Just have a big old cannabis event.
Yeah. Yep. Just fucking get a big ass spot and just get some live music and set up booths everywhere, some easy ups, let everybody set up an easy up everywhere, and boom, off we go.
Oh yeah.
You just have
and I feel like it's
a retail or something, like one retail sponsor,
some type of permits and shit. Yep.
Yeah, and I think like having people like whether like, you know, they're up and coming artists or like I know with the Lonely Stoner, I've talked to like a few like skateboarders who want to be sponsored and shit like that. You know, like people who are on brand with the Lonely Stoner or Helium, I feel like would be dope to feature on the podcast because I feel like that's the type of energy we want to put out there in the cannabis world nowadays. Like with it becoming legal, the last thing any of us want to do is to, you know, it to be legal and then like the whole connotation behind cannabis is like, oh, look at all these lazy fucking bums in the street smoking weed. Like I want people to be like, oh, you smoke, I smoke. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do for a living? Like, oh, like you know, we're on podcasts, you know, I own a dispensary or I'm a professional skateboarder, artist, like whatever it is. Like, I feel like pushing that narrative out there. So like we kind of break the stigma. Cause I feel like that's something that I saw at the tournament last year, the golf tournament last year. It was all about break the stigma. And I thought that was very powerful because I feel like if we don't break the stigma is going to break the industry.
Yeah. You know what though? You just said something, how people think stoners are lazy. Well, here's three of us right here. I work a full-time job. I do the podcast. I got a kid that I'm running around with all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm golfing all the time. Like we get shit done, man. Like
get shit done.
Like Jay, you're doing your thing with the business, you know, you're working, and then you got the media stuff you're doing for Helium, and then obviously Evan, you got the grow and the sales and every other thing, plus your regular job, man, the family, like it's the same shit.
Got a new kid, shit.
All getting shit done. Like that's a perfect example. Like that, you know, that narrative of people are just lazy stoners, man, is so like I think it's so outdated that we just get shit done, man. That's like the old like 70s type thing, like hey man, like that kind of thing. But that shit is old, man. Like I used to smoke and go to work and get the job done and do what I had to do and go home and hope you go.
I got a funny story about that, bro. When I tell you I'm very like I have a very entrepreneurial spirit in the sense that I don't like authority. So like I remember my last like quote unquote real job was I was like I was inside sales for a for like this company that produced all this plumbing and HVAC equipment, right? And but when I tell you, I used to like go out on my lunch break, smoke a L, drive back to the office, and like just carry on with my day. And people would come around my cubicle, and they like they would never say this to me, but they would whisper. They'd be like, "Oh my god, like how is he doing that? Like, do you smell that? Like, I wouldn't be able to function." I'm like, bro, like,
the fuck, he smells like loud, bro.
That shit. The funny thing is, like, they were trying to give me raises and shit, and I was just like, nah, like, I need the opportunity to take my schedule back. I need my time back, and I like in 2025, bro, especially in New Jersey, it's the same in New York. Like, shit's expensive. Like, making hourly just ain't gonna cut it, you know. And like, I'm 25, I'm trying to buy a house and shit. Like, hourly is not going to cut it. So I was like, I need an opportunity to go make as much money as I can, like uncapped, whether it be a sales job like I'm in now, or, you know, starting a business on the side. But whatever it was going to come down to like I still need to be able to go out and hustle. And that's why I love the brand, because that's what it's all about. It's like, yo, like the Lonely Stoner is just like, yo, I smoke my weed, I hop on that laptop, I bust out some work. If I got to go knock some doors to get some sales, to go put some money in my pocket, like do what I got to do. But I'm not going to abandon myself in order to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. That's crazy. It's so... What was I just going to ask you? I just blacked out because I was reading something.
That cowboy lamb got you, bro.
It does too, man. Always. I'm tired. That's the thing. Like, that's part of the reason I do my job. I go into work at 4 a.m. I get out at noon, so I have the time to do all that shit, like to fulfill that time and
it's
really
a grind,
make it work.
Bro, waking up at fucking what, 3:30?
Yeah, 3 o'clock. I usually, my alarm goes off at 3, and then 3:10 I'm up out of bed, like feet off the ground. I got it. I let it bounce once, and then I'm like, all right, that second one I have to get up. Like,
hell yeah, yep.
If I don't, I'm shot. Like if I sit there and lay around, I'm like, yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah, it's over.
I'm lazy all day, but if I get right up, I'm good. I don't drink coffee. Never had a cup of coffee a day in my life, so I just hop up right off that.
Damn. Yep. That's wild.
That's pretty.
I became
I need a little coffee drinker. In the morning. Shit.
My grandmother.
You drink coffee a lot, Jay?
Bro, I literally, at this point in my life, I'm drinking like 3 to 4 cups of straight black coffee. Straight black coffee. Funny. I don't drink it because it tastes good. I drink it because like motherfuckers need to pick me up.
I hear you.
Yeah. My grandmother, when I was a little kid, told me it would stunt my growth. So I was a basketball player, so I wanted to be tall.
Can't have that.
I'm never drinking that shit.
I mean, shit, it works for you. What are you like 6'3", right?
Like 6'2", yeah.
So I'm like only 6 foot, so it's stunting my growth. Shit, I didn't even really start drinking until after high school, though. So that ain't.
It got me. It got me.
It got you.
It got. She literally said that, and I was like, I never tried it. I always liked coffee ice cream. I always liked any like coffee candy and shit, but I never drank a cup of coffee. So crazy, right?
That is wild.
Never.
Interesting fact about fucking Pitch, Putt, Puff.
That's it right there, man.
Yeah, no coffee.
Here's the crazy one.
That literally would be the last thing I would have thought you had said. You being up at like 3 or 4 in the fucking morning. Like, there's no way.
You gotta have energy drinks or some shit, Raj.
I don't even do energy drinks, bro.
Damn.
So when does that like midday slump hit you? Because like when I was waking up at 3, it was like, really, bro? I would hit like 10 o'clock noon for me, and I would just be like, I gotta power through this.
Because I'm working. While I'm at work, my mind's going, so I'm occupied. If I was home just chilling on the couch, I'd be out. But I'm occupied at work, so like there's times like I'll get home from work, especially in the wintertime when I got no golf to go play. I'll come home and I'll be like, oh shit. My kid gets off the bus at like 4 o'clock. So I have to make sure I don't fall asleep. Because if I fall asleep, I'm asleep. Like it takes a lot to wake me up. Like for real, I'm like a brick. So yeah, for real. So I have to like always keep active. So I start doing crazy shit. I'll be cleaning. I'll start reorganizing the podcast room. Like
do anything
crazy. Yeah, just to stay awake type shit. But now there's golf. I'll entertain myself and on the golf course. And my man Fairway Mike, which I just posted a couple of videos up to YouTube. The course was extremely slow today, and he was telling he's a retired truck driver. So he was telling old truck driver stories. How this one he got his truck stuck on the train tracks when the train was coming. So I just posted it on YouTube. Go check it out. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, and it's him telling the story, so you guys can kind of see. He didn't know I was recording, and you can kind of see Fairway being Fairway, which is funny as shit.
Catch him in the wild, if you will.
Yeah, that's pretty much. my man Bogey Bob wasn't paying attention. He goes, "Hey man, you're not paying attention to me, man. You got like listen to me, man." He was getting all pissed off. He's like, make eye contact. It was funny as shit. But yeah, dude, I'm excited for you guys though with the slow burn. So what's your guys' schedule with the podcast? When do you guys plan on? Are you have like a set day you're gonna release the podcast?
We should probably get on that. I think my biggest goal was to like in the first few, like the week, like I knew we were gonna be able to get you on, right? And I feel like me and Evan shot the first one just as like a teaser to see like how it would look, like how to work some of the software, how to like clip stuff up, right? And then it was have you on as like our first guest to like test the waters. And now like I think what I'm planning is stack up as much videos as we can, because like we got one tomorrow, right, Ev?
Yeah.
And then we have Battle Buds on Sunday. So like stack those two up, get them clipped, edited, and everything, and then like start releasing like one a week. I don't know what day I know you said Friday's a bad day, so I gotta figure out.
Yeah, I never, when I look at, well, for me in particular, Friday, when I look at the numbers, because after we talked about that, I went and pulled it back up, and it's usually like Friday morning is okay, but you see us like Tuesday is usually a really good day. Wednesday, like midweek when people are at work with nothing to do.
Well, yeah, I figured like on Friday, Saturday, people are probably like going out. They're with their kids. They're enjoying themselves. Like they're probably not sitting around watching podcasts. But I mean, yeah, I just got to figure out like how much content like should I stack up in the pipeline and then just start like leaking it out a little bit. But I was surprised. Like for starting up a brand new Instagram account, just like the one or two posts that we had, like even the one that we had you on, I was like, damn, like one post, we got 22 followers and like, 419 views. And I was like, I haven't even finished making the account yet. And I was like, all right, cool. Like this, we got something here. So like, let's do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my biggest advice would be to be consistent.
Yeah.
Stay consistent. Put a consistent date. Like if you're going to drop on Monday, drop it on Monday. If you're going to drop it on Tuesday, drop it on Tuesday. Like really be consistent with that, and always have one in the back burner. That way, if something falls through, if a guest cancels or something like that, like that's where I recently like slipped up, because like I've had a couple of guests cancel, something came up, whatever the case may be, and I'm like, damn, all right. Then I'll reach out to the crew and be like, yo, can anybody jump on for a chop up session? We'll just chop it up about our recent golf rounds or whatever. Where those, I feel like when I'm scrambling, I don't like that because I'm not prepared. Yeah. I don't feel prepared, 100%. And I feel like I'm not giving the best content I can, and sometimes it shows in the numbers. And are you guys going to do the audio? You guys have the audio out as well, or just doing the YouTube stuff?
I mean, I want to get there. I just got to figure out like, so I've been doing a lot of research on like softwares and like different ways that I can optimize it. Cause like the first one we shot, like the one with you that we shot, bro, that shit took me fucking like 5-6 hours to go edit the whole thing just for it to like come out wrong twice. Shout out to Evan and Battle Buds for first calling it out. Cause like I like when you watch something like that you just did, you don't see all the flaws, but then as soon as you put it out, somebody put it, I was like, fuck, dude, like how did I miss this shit? But I was looking up like yeah, like I knew something was gonna be fucked up, but I'm a very habitual routine person. So like once I can come up with like a system, I know we'll be all right. But I was actually looking at Rod, you ever heard of Riverside podcast software?
Similar to StreamYard.
Type shit, yeah.
So I've had a couple experiences where I was guest on people's podcasts using that. And I had a lot of buffering issues. I don't know if it was my server at the time or whatever. It was one time I was here and one time I was over at I did it when I was on the Upstate podcast. We were guests on a different one. And it kept freezing up on us. So like it was very like delayed and stuff like that. You'll get that occasionally, but like I also get it because I live out in the boonies out here. So
hey, fair enough. I'm out here in the safe house.
Yeah, you're all locked up. Denzel's out there at the front door holding it down.
Hell yeah. Now for me, it was just like I wanted like the reason why I was looking up different stuff because StreamYard doesn't like edit the full form content or the full form podcast.
You can generate clips.
Yeah, but you can't like it won't edit the full length video, but Riverside would. So I was thinking about trying it. And it's like $15. So
I always take it if necessary and upload it in a CapCut and edit it.
That's what I did for the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It took me like 6 hours to do that shit, and I was like, "This is some shit I'm gonna end up paying somebody to do, or I'm gonna have to get an AI to do it."
AI, baby, that's what AI ChatGPT is all about, right there.
What I'm saying, bro.
I'm telling you guys, that's what it is. So we'll wrap this up. So, when's your guys' next episode coming out? You guys just dropped one recently after the podcast I was on or no?
No, not yet. I'm still chopping up the original one, and then I'll probably leak. So we released episode 2 first because I figured that one would be a little bit more. Like we kind of shook off the first podcast nerves when me and Evan were just chopping it up.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be good to get that first episode posted just to like get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Part of me wanted to like hold it till like episode 50 and then be like, yo, the original, like the very first one. But I'm like, nah, fuck it. I'll just put it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then probably try to put it out like you're saying Tuesdays on a regular basis. Once we kind of get a little arsenal of a couple of them stacked up here, and we get the editing kind of straight. Like I'd rather kind of slow roll it in until we got our system kind of regular, and then we'll be like, all right, yeah, Tuesday because we got this one ready, and then we got this one ready, and we're still working on this one, editing this one, you know what I mean, and then we got one for to have like 2 or 3 in a row, so it's like you said, it's consistent, and if there is things that come up like people canceling or shit happening like inevitably, like
it happens. Have, like, I mean, look at me last week. I fucking crashed out. We were supposed to record this last week, and I fucking got home at 7 o'clock. It was like 8 o'clock. I talked to you. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. 8:15. I was sleeping.
You fucked up.
What was it? Weasel Diesel. I was like, yo, I literally texted her on my way home. I was like, I still got like 15 minutes to get home, and I hope I get there. Like I was.
He said I might not make it.
Weasel Diesel. Driving home with the flashers on and shit.
Oh god. I'm going like 10 miles.
I feel like you can always tell who's driving a little high. Like they're gripping the steering wheel really hard. They're like not moving.
I always focus so much more. I'm like, all right, I gotta get the fuck home.
Don't drive if you're high. Okay, PSA.
Don't drive.
I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. That was AI.
Yeah, he said that was AI. It's a face swap.
Oh shit.
That's AI.
That's AI. So all right, I'm gonna wrap it up with 3 questions. I'm gonna throw some different ones in since you've pretty much had the 3-question segment a couple times, but I'm gonna change it up here with a little help from Chat GPT.
Oh shit! They're getting hella plugs tonight. Damn.
I use it all the time.
They might.
They need to sponsor us. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
I take that sponsor. They got bread.
Yo, they got bread.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so I've been asking this one since Jay, you don't really play golf, but you can relate it to baseball. So if you had a walk-up song, what would it be? Like if you were walking up to the tee box or the batter's box, what would your walk-up song be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Like part of me wants to go like to like what the old classic one was back when I used to play basketball in like high school. We used to do like Money in the Power by Kid Inc. But if I had to choose like a song that like really represented the Lonely Stoner, it'd be Day and Night by Kid Cudi, no doubt.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. What do you got, Af? That reminds me of the NBA 2K game.
Exactly, bro. 2K9, bro. When I tell you that's where I first heard it, absolutely.
That's a throwback shit.
Bro, hell yeah. That was a good game. I think like
classic, like Bring 'Em Out,
Bring 'em out.
Like Jay-Z, T.I.
Hell yeah.
Even though Jay-Z's on some shit.
Yeah,
shit right now.
He's gonna sit with Diddy soon, I think.
Yeah, that's a classic song. But
that's a fact.
That time,
yo, you got to be talking about that on the Chaos podcast, huh?
We just did a Diddy episode. You can see it on YouTube. Yep, did it. Literally just dropped it last night.
Damn, everybody got a Diddy episode, huh? Every type of podcast, shit.
We did one of those. We did one on MK Ultra. What's the latest one?
MK Ultra's bro, that shit. Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started on that shit.
And then the Denver airport.
It's a strain. What is that? What are you talking about? You talking about okay.
Nah, that's a CIA operation.
Yeah, it's the CIA operation, MK Ultra.
The Denver airport's crazy too, bro. That shit, I'll never fly in there because of that.
That shit is creepy.
I can't.
Bro, you guys get going on this shit, and I'm just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. What the fuck?
You don't want to know.
You don't go to Denver now?
They got like crazy gargoyles and like devil's statues, and they have
gargoyles.
Yeah,
bro, what the fuck? Why the fuck they got gargoyles in Denver?
Some of their paintings, and they have like tunnels underneath, and
that shit might as well be a satanic temple or art gallery.
Like Illuminati, it's like reported to be like Illuminati headquarters type shit.
Yep. Underground tunnels and everything.
took-
What they spend? They spent like $2 billion, $3 billion, and it's like the average airport doesn't cost half that.
Yeah, they were
Build.
like 3.5 billion dollars over budget.
Yeah, it's like, how do you
And
go that far over budget?
It took 3 years longer than expected and shit. Yeah, it's
Yep.
all a scam. Let's see. Next
Shout out
question.
Conspiracy chaos.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's your guys' favorite preference to smoke? Bongs, joints, blunts? What's your go-to?
For me, it's probably like, I'm a little weird. Like I picked this up from one of my boys in Brooklyn. It's you know what Fonto is?
Fanta Leafs, yeah.
Yeah, Fontaine.
Yeah. So I would say Fanta with like in like the joint paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a
So
Betty
kind of like
White.
a
You got little
backwood,
Betty White going.
if that's what y'all
That's when
call
you-
them back
that's
in the
when you
day.
wrap a paper around
A backwood?
wood or something like that.
Yeah, type
A
shit.
Betty
My
White? I
problem.
never heard that.
Betty
I like
White.
that.
I've
That's
never
funny.
heard of that before.
That's
My
so
thing
funny.
with
Yeah, I've definitely
backwards is
smoked
just
one of
they
those,
got
couple of those.
that chemical shit that I don't
They
like.
got
They
that
got glue
fiberglass
residue.
in
I
that
can't
shit,
smoke
man.
that shit. I smoke those, but I can't hit those.
I can't.
Those shit's
So
different.
I can roll anything in the world except a backwood. I just
Really?
can't roll it.
Well,
I'm
you
terrible.
if you get a vein, you're fucked. Anything. So you
Yeah.
just throw that
Nah,
shit out.
see.
Or
I'm
you- or
using
you rip
every single
apart
thing in the
yeah.
back.
You're like
Everyone
sitting
in the
there
pack.
fucking using all your fucking saliva in the world.
Yeah,
to
no,
piece
that's why I
together this
really
fucking
don't smoke backwards
roll
anymore
up,
because it's
bro.
like,
people
that
would
shit tastes
slobber
bad.
on them shits, bro.
yup.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my buddies busted out a Fanta Leaf
Shit's
one time
gross.
we were playing flag football back in the day. I go, what the fuck are you doing? He's like taking his leaf.
Shit's like this long.
Yeah,
Like,
cuz what is this? I'm like,
take
you
off a
rolling with
piece.
that? And he put it like right in the middle, like a hash hole kind of thing, just this like the slow the burn, the slow burn,
So,
Hell yeah.
the slow
Shout out.
burn.
Shout
I was
out.
like, all right, man, it was all right. First time I ever did it, I was like, and I know some people use grabba, that grabba.
I've heard
shit.
grabba, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, it's fucking. I don't even know what that shit is. Ev, what about you?
shit, I'm pretty classic. I mean, I just like some papers or
Yeah.
cone or even like just a bowl pack is straight with me. I mean, it really depends on the situation. If I'm just trying to get it, trying to
Yeah.
smoke something quick, I'll just throw it in a bowl. But I used to hit bongs heavy. Like I probably broke
Facts.
thousands of dollars in fucking glass in my
Hell
lifetime,
yeah.
or like had
Hell
people
yeah.
break my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I used to rip bongs like fucking too much. And now I hit a bong and it like fucks me up because I don't do it like that
Yeah.
much. You know what I'm saying? I'll
Bro,
like take
facts.
a big old rip of a bong. I'm like, oh shit, I should not have fucking ripped that hard.
Y'all remember the
Like,
grav bongs?
Oh
Oh
boy,
yeah, you kidding me?
Bro, back in college,
You know
that
how many
shit.
2-liter bottles I cut the
I
bottom
overdosed
out?
Bro,
on
the-
weed from a gravity bong. That's the one time
Yep.
I'll say I overdosed on
No,
weed.
you just passed out.
I got I didn't
Oxygen
pass out. I
deficit.
got so fucked up. I had to go out. We were in my buddy's garage, and his brother cooked that thing up for me. Shout out my man
God.
Jed. And I like tried to clear the whole thing, being the cool guy at like 17,
Sheesh.
18.
regret
And
that shit.
I went outside, puked. I was like sweating. I was like, dude, I gotta go
Yup.
home.
Greening out like shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
I had
that's like-
I had my buddy bring me home. I passed out. Passed
Yup.
out when I got home.
It's
My
like
mom
the
thought I
first
was
time
drunk.
I'm
I
in,
was like weed high.
yeah, I was like fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Arizona when I was like younger, like middle high school type shit, like 15, 16. I go visit my cousin who's like 21 at the time, so like 6, 7 years older than me, I think. And he brings me over to his buddy's house, and this dude's got a 4-foot glass bong, bro, 4 feet long, like beaker
Whoa.
bottom.
Yeah.
Shit
That's
is
too
4 feet.
much.
You had to
He
stand
pulls
on a
out some,
chair
like-
and shit.
I had to sit back in the chair and like they had to let it, like, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
because I couldn't
Yeah.
reach. And they had like some purple weed, bro, and I'm like, this, I didn't even know what good weed was at this point. So I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? I want to smoke this.
The West
And
Coast shit.
Yeah, same like you. I tried to Hercules that shit,
Yep.
the whole thing. Passed out on the couch for like 2-3 hours,
Yep.
just slumped off it. But
That was
shout
this
out
one.
Renz.
That might correlate to my next question. though. What's the highest moment you've ever been? Like, what's that one time you were at a party or something like that? What's the highest like you ever got?
I mean, that would probably be up there because
Yeah.
it was like, I had never hit a bong before, and it was really good weed, and I for whatever reason, try to be the fucking
The hero.
man and try to
The older, because you were around the older kids. That's the same thing. Like I said, my buddy's older brother cooked it up for me. All the older homies are in the garage. They used to like work on cars and bikes and shit. So I was always checking out what they were doing, trying to learn something and trying to be cool around the old. I'm like, yeah, I can clear that shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
easy.
I'm RGB. I can do that.
He said, "You know who you're talking to?"
Fuck yeah! And I go through. I was like,
Puff, bro.
Yeah, man. They had no idea what they got themselves into, and I got like 3/4 of the way through that, and I pulled back. And like once I did, I blew it out. I started coughing my brains out, and I was like, "Yo, get that door!" Like my buddy Dan, I remember swung the door open because he knew I was cooked, and I went out there, got sick, and I was like, "Bring me home." I remember I went in Homeboy's house and got a box of Fryhofer's cookies for you guys in upstate New York. You guys know about Fryhofer cookies.
Shout out Fryhofer's cookies.
And a can of Sprite, and fucking had my buddy bring me home. Crushed the whole box on the way home.
Bro, you gotta have the craziest sugar rush after you just got stoned, like
crashed.
Sprite and the cookies. God,
my mom thought I was drunk. At that point I didn't have a drink. I think like I didn't really drink at all back then. So I was just like it was only like my 5th or 6th time smoking weed too at that point.
Oh, you're wild.
Yeah, gravity bongs hit fucking different, dude. Oh my God, you'll fuck your day up.
I will say the highest I've ever been was probably from a grav. I mean, I can't even tell you how many
rush you get from that fucking thing.
Well, the
oxygen deprivation, really. You're shoving so much in shoving so much smoke in there that you.
Bro, the thing that always blew my mind was just like like if you do it like the way we used to do it, we would use like the little like ratchet like pieces. You know what I'm saying? And like they're not that big. You're not putting that much weed in. Like I could smoke a whole L to the face, but you put a little bit of weed in the grav, bro. It's done, bro.
You're doing your job and you're in like a 0.3, and like you're good for a couple hours for sure. Yeah, that's definitely like college smoke type shit. Right? Trying to save your ace and shit.
I had one other time. My buddy, speaking of Arizona, my buddy Joe came home. This was probably maybe 10 years ago now. And Arizona just legalized and all that shit. So he got his hands on this lemonade. It was like a Gold Peak, like, I don't know, no bigger than a Pepsi bottle type lemonade. And he's like, "Yo, Raj, come here." So he bust out 2 shot glasses. And I look at the bottle. I thought it said 250 milligrams. Well, it was 2,500 milligrams of THC in this thing. We each did a shot, bro. Yo, I don't sleep. Like, I'm that guy who does not fall asleep in front of people. Like, if I'm sleeping somewhere, I'm locking my door. Like, I don't want to be that guy who gets drawn on and all that shit. Because, like I said, I'll sleep through anything. So I took that shot of that. And I remember I ate lunch with the guys. We had, like, a cookout. And then we had, like, burgers and dogs. And I sat on the couch. And next thing I woke up, like, 5-6 hours later. They said I was up on the couch. I had my hands on my chest like I was in a coffin. I didn't move. I'm like, yo, that lemonade was. He sent me a case of that shit after. It was so good, man. I wish I kept it.
500, Jesus.
Yeah, it was knockout. Like
it doesn't seem legal.
Joey Diaz, Uncle Joey, like that star, like knock you on your ass type shit.
Jesus. And like doing that shot was like the whole bottle with just like you guys splitting it up.
No, it was a full. It was a full bottle, so I don't know if it was like the whole bottle was 25.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know how it was broken down, but
like per serving.
I'm telling you, like a little shot, like it was nothing crazy. Like I was like, holy shit, I was knocked the fuck out.
They get in your bloodstream and fucking.
That's what happens, man. Those drinks, I love the drinks. But my other question was, the last question, what's one thing you guys would like to see change in the cannabis industry?
Me personally, like I really want to change the stigma. Like I'm so passionate about entrepreneurship, and I feel like so many people just get caught into this loop of like, I can't do this because I'll just go get fried or anything. Like you can do anything fried that you could do sober, in my opinion. You know, not everybody. Don't get me wrong.
You should run for president with that fucking. That is
know your levels though. Know
your level, bro. Know your limit.
Safe consumption for sure.
Yeah. But like for me, it's just like I just like like, I know, Raj, when you were on the pod, you were talking about how like it just levels me out. Like when I used to smoke like 6 L's a day, like it didn't feel like I was getting high. I just felt like this was my new operating level. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was like, all right, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna hit the gym, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna cook up a fire breakfast, like count all my macros and shit. Then I'm gonna hop on the laptop. Like it was just smoke, do something, smoke, do something, smoke,
Right.
do something. It was never like, and I don't want to shit on anybody because like to each his own. Some people just use weed to like, just kick back, relax, tune out of the real life and just and
The
get
same
away.
way
But for
people
me,
use alcohol, people use cannabis, and you know what I mean.
absolutely,
Basically the same way.
And
absolutely,
even more than alcohol too. I would
Right.
say.
yeah,
It could
Right.
be more
Yeah,
like
and I'll
spiritual.
tell
I
you.
doubt people are drinking for like spiritual,
Right.
reasons, right? I mean, maybe like you take wine, I guess, like communion and shit.
facts.
But
Yeah, I want to kill that too. Like I want weed. Like one thing that I love about what you're doing, Roger, and even what you guys are doing over at Helium is like you guys kind of are like that high class smoker type. Like you'll take a joint to the golf course, wear the polo, be respectful. Like that's what it's all about, in my opinion.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
those are the type of people that I want to associate with.
Yeah, because like we know, like there's even certain spots like Fair Park where there's like a school and shit like that. Like that's one hole. Like that's a rule. Like, all right, we're not smoking here.
Not
Too
smoke. Yeah,
close to the school. Like it's a respectable thing. Like
yeah,
we know our limitations. All right, the playground's right over there. We'll wait till we get away from the playground or away from the residential area. Like you just keep it to a respectable limit, and you don't rub it in people's faces. And, it's not really an issue. But
yeah.
sometimes you see the assholes and boozing, driving around the golf carts, flipping them over, and all that
Absolutely,
shit.
yeah.
Stuff. I've seen people fall out of carts, flipping out of carts, all drunk and shit.
I've
Oh,
seen
hell yeah.
people fall out of carts. I'm not going to get into that story, but
Yeah, I seen that.
Mac wouldn't be happy if I started telling that story.
Shout out to Mac.
I seen carts running down hills just recently. I seen some wild shit recently on the golf course, and mostly
People
the
are
same
bugging out
same
there
person
with
involved
carts
too.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yo,
What about you, Ev? What's one thing you'd like to see change in the cannabis industry?
I guess more of just kind of consumer education from like a standpoint of like understanding what you're supporting when you purchase something at a dispensary, right? Because I feel like even today I went to go drop an order off at this dispensary, and in front of me is like a Cure Leaf dude, right? Which Cure Leaf is like a big MSO brand, and he's got like bins and bins full of like 7 or 8, 9 different brands, right? So like completely different brands, all coming from one source, right? That are presented as different products that might be presented as if they're like a small scale grow, but they're really not. They're from Pure Leaf, right? So
Gotcha.
and and he comes in and he's like, oh, he let me like put my order in first because we only have like 4 SKUs, right? So he's like, yeah, you guys go ahead. He's like, yeah, because my sample order alone is 239 samples. So like, that's like insane. I mean, we can't bring 239 joints over like pre-rolls.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
lose our ass. You know what I mean? So
right.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I feel like a lot of that kind of sweetens. Obviously, like when you're getting a bunch of free shit from a company, like you're probably gonna mention them. You know what I mean? If you like it a little bit, but.
So you're saying like a company like that, they'll have, all right, so they have their brand, but they also have other brands that they're providing the same product for, pretty much? Just
they
different
are
names?
Basically
distributors
for their own stuff in different packaging.
So it's just like white labeling, like different brands, basically?
Agreement. Yeah. So like somebody will pay like a licensing agreement with Cure Leaf. Cure Leaf will put their stickers on a line of gummies and then deliver it to their outlet of dispensaries. Right?
I see what you're saying.
So like their brands, their stickers, they could even just be subsidiary companies of Cure Leaf that they want to represent themselves in a different way. But yeah, no, that's legit. So they're filling up like 7, 8 shelves with the same shit with a different sticker on it. You know what I mean? Or like maybe there's obviously variation with the products. I'm sure like some are probably like, vape brands, gummy brands, like this, that. But just more like education to the consumer as far as like what you're supporting and where it's really coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, is it really, unique, or is it
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
just something that's repackaged in a different
You want more
way?
transparency type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
understanding, like I said, at the end of the day, what a few extra dollars, would goes
Get
to
you.
support,
Yeah.
as opposed to like what is just being pumped in your face because they have, the ability to drop a bunch of samples and have like these huge marketing.
They're just buying the
displays.
market at that
They're
point.
buying.
So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they always got, they're able to have pop-ups like way more often because they got, a marketing team.
Well, they
that
got
goes out
they
and
got
does it,
240 samples to give away, so they got all the
Yeah.
all the marketing they can do right there just to get into people's hands. That's crazy though, because dude, like me personally, like now, like I didn't know that, but like you think you're like supporting local and shit like that when you see some of these brands and you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
these dudes are local, I'll help them out. But meanwhile, it's a corporation really funded it kind of thing where they have all these other.
Yep.
But where you guys with the 4 SKUs, it's legit, it's local. You're standing
It's
behind your
unique.
product,
Nobody
standing
else
out
has it,
business, as they say
Yeah.
in the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're
Hell
not
yeah.
trying to like overwhelm you with product. We're trying to give you the best of what we got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not trying to like just have an immense amount of random products that are, mid grade. I'd rather have a smaller menu that's fucking fire than
Top
a
tier.
big ass
Yeah.
menu that's like,
Facts.
okay, they're good enough. We can put them on shelves. You know what I mean? So
Well, I also feel like you guys are taking an extra point or an extra step to like really put your face behind the product. Like the fact that
Yeah.
like you can go to the store, you'll go to Legacy, and you'll know that almost 100%, if not 100%, of all of the product on Helium shelves was grown by you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not like a
no
manufacturer or
middleman.
like
Yeah, and there's no
yeah.
middleman. It's not just like some people are also just processors that buy hundreds of pounds and then package
Yep.
it in flour, and then it looks like it's their brand, but it's really just this big gross product that they bought a lot of and have now packaged.
Right.
So like if you see like how you can see like the license number on the packaging. If
Yeah.
you look at it and it's like OCM PROC, that means they're a processor. They can't grow anything, but like they'll have flour, so they'll buy a bunch of flour, process it into eighths or pre-rolls, or or infused pre-rolls, or whatever the case may be.
So they're just
Yeah, so-
buying like the big old garbage bags full of weed, and then they're just packaging it how they please.
I only got my cowboy pre-rolls, man.
Hey, you got a
Jesus.
DNA one in there too?
There's some DNAs in there. I got a
Yeah.
little bit of everything in there. DNAs. There's a Acapulco in here.
We got lots of DNA on deck. We're ready. We're ready with
Hell
the
yeah.
DNA.
Yo,
Some
save me
shot
one,
turns.
bro.
Yeah, you got to come up here sometime soon, bro. We need
Working
some
on it, bro.
on-site content. You heard?
I'm working on it, bro. I need to iron out some logistics and
What
some
do we gotta
admin
What do
stuff.
we gotta have up here to get you to come up here? We gotta have an event to get you to come up here. We gotta make something happen. Okay, well, man, don't want to just pop up and chill. We'll get you out here on the golf course, man. You said
I
you've
mean,
been
like
practicing.
where's
You've
my
been talking some
invite?
shit about
I haven't gotten a
golf,
formal
bro.
invite.
Pull up, man. Whenever you want, you let us know.
All
We'll
right.
set it up. Whenever you have a free weekend, we can set something up.
Say
Oh,
less.
Evan, speaking of that, July, my man Mike's coming up. Florida Mike. I don't know if you're.
Yeah.
He's coming up in July 10th. He wants. We're gonna try to do something. It's a Friday. I don't know if you guys are available, but he's like, yo, definitely ask the Helium guys to come out and join us. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna try to do like a 3 or 4 tee times that Friday.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
Cool.
Yeah,
That should be
fun.
pretty dope.
Trying to get out.
I'm gonna try to do something pretty cool that day. We're gonna do the Friday, probably 9-10 o'clock tea time. So get out there a
Okay.
little earlier. Try to beat the
Does that
crowd.
sneeze?
Yeah, hell yeah.
God bless you.
But dope,
No,
man.
my
I'm
bad.
excited for
No,
you guys. I'm
my
excited for
bad.
you guys with the Slow Burn podcast. If there's anybody I can link you up with in the cannabis world or the podcast world, guest I've had on or connections, let me know, and I'll do whatever I can to plug it up for sure. But
Word.
why don't you guys let the listeners know where they can find plug your brains and plug your podcast?
So go on Instagram. You can probably see some collaboration post with Pitch Putt and Puff podcast.
I love it.
God damn, bro.
It's great.
It's hard when you're fried, bro. I swear.
Oh, hell yeah.
And when you run,
Go check out the Slow Burn Pod. Go check out the Lonely Stoner. Shout out to Strategy Pro X. We got a bunch of gear coming out on the Lonely Stoner. Raj, you gotta let me know what size hoodie are you, bro?
XL.
You want black, white, maroon, green, orange?
I'll do a black one.
Got you.
Classic.
Say less.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wear whatever things. Appreciate you, homie.
Hell
we'll
yeah.
link it up. Go ahead, Ev. Plug it up, man. Where can I find the Helium Collective?
Yeah, we're at Helium Co. At Helium Co. Now I'm fucking shit up over here. At Helium Co. on Instagram. HeliumCollective.com's got our dispensary map. We're dropping in Dark Horse Cannabis on Center Street in Albany. They're opening Monday, I believe, tentatively.
Okay.
And then find us in High Peaks, Stage 1, Legacy, RR Legacy. No, I'm leaving some out. It's always hard to
Madam
rip them off
Jane.
like that. Madam Jane, of course. Shout out Madam
Yo,
Jane.
and that's dope, man. That, because literally,
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, that you're forgetting now that you guys are getting into so many different ones. It's spreading the Helium brand across the Capital District. Like,
Hell yeah.
keep the grind going, and it's literally try to fill it in every spot, man. Try to get out there, get that brand out there as much as you can.
Yeah, and just working with like the dispos we have right now. We have really awesome people we're working with, so it kind of makes it easy on that that front. You know what I mean? Trying to just maintain those relationships. But yeah, I mean, a couple more dispensaries for sure. Hudson on Main's opening up soon in Warrensburg. It's kind of deep, but they're
The bakery.
not too far from up in Saratoga. Oh, shout out bakery. Bakery's the spot too.
Yo, I think they got I was looking at their Instagram. I think their gram got flagged or something.
Oh really?
I gotta go check that one out.
Oh,
I think because at first I thought
they
it
got
was
good
just
shit over there, bro.
just edibles at first when I heard it open. I thought it was
you
like,
think
it's just
that, right?
yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I'm not really a big edible guy. Then I heard that it's flour and everything. I was like, oh shit, I guess I gotta pop in there.
Yeah, and he's got like all the micros for like he prioritizes trying to get
That's
micro
dope.
flour, like
Yeah.
good micro
That's dope.
flour. So
Did you guys ever
Yeah,
talk to
he's-
No Name? Did he ever get in contact with you guys?
nah, I never heard from him.
Yeah, he.
That's like Troy, right?
Yeah, I mentioned you guys a couple times to him the one time we were talking, but he's interested because he does the same thing, only micros.
No, we're
So yeah.
we'll
Like
definitely anybody
Heady Tree.
any dispo that's like prioritizing that, we definitely want to be a part of that because it's only how dope of a menu is it when you got 5-6 different micros that have anywhere from 2 to 6 to 8 different strains each that are all
Facts.
unique. You know what I'm saying? And they're all
Right.
good. And there's
Right.
the varying like effects and flavors, all that stuff. So
Yeah, because you guys got the Zope. You still doing the Zope? Or you all done with that?
nah, the Zope had to go. That
Okay.
wasn't a yielder. It
Gotcha.
just wasn't worth putting into like full production. We had enough run to get it out, but honestly, it just wasn't really up to yield standards that we need.
Gotcha. That's the only one I didn't try. I've had the Acapulco, Cowboy, and DNA.
Yeah, and I got some strawberry chocolate and Shock Tarts is going to come down a couple weeks probably, so that'll probably be like a July, probably maybe when we go play with Mike there.
Oh
We
yeah,
might have some of that almost ready to go. So
that was the one that
one's going to be.
you had in like January that you were trying to get ready for Valentine's Day, right?
Strawberry chocolate.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just.
I had a sample. That was
it always
fire.
takes
I had
long.
a sample of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when you showed it to the girl on the pod there.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, it was. It's good now. Now I've got enough like moms to be able to get enough clones for it. It was just kind of a bitch getting enough ability to make a full tray. I need like 20-25 plants per tray. So
Bro, you should do a documentary and like
Facts.
time hop your whole shit like from the
Damn.
start to finish, but like just time hop
Yeah.
it and like just piece it together that way.
yeah, like every
The
week
whole-
or
The whole
weeks and shit.
process, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a daily
It's not a bad
process of the
idea.
grow life, man. Like with a YouTube doc.
Do a little vlog type shit.
Yeah. Really put it
Content.
together that way.
For the brain.
I think that like people would be interested in seeing that because people would be interested in seeing like because I want to, like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to throw a seed in the dirt and hope for the best, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why the fucking Instagram live would have been nice, because those are like easy opportunities to kind of just pop in and be like, you know, we're doing clones, or, you know, we're transplanting. It's so hard to do what I'm doing in like angle and camera.
You're still
I mean?
blocked
like
on Instagram Live?
Yeah.
We're blocked till next year, bro.
What?
We're blocked till literally.
Bro, off of a post that we literally
didn't even
like
go live one time.
Bro, like, and it was off of like a post that one got a ton of traffic, but it was also, it wasn't even like a picture of weed. It was just a picture of like the packaging.
Wow.
Yeah, and it said like go down to Legacy or something. It didn't say like go buy the product. It said go check us out at Legacy or some shit like that. And yeah, it's ridiculous. It literally, it's like almost over a year. I think we got banned in April, and it was like
someone reported you
May
guys
of
for
next year.
That's probably what it is.
You got someone blasted you on that particular post. Someone either hating on you guys or hating on Legacy, and that's the shit that happens, man. It's the haters, man. Haters are gonna hate, but fucking keep grinding. Keep grinding out the podcast. I'm excited to see what you guys do with the Slow Burn podcast. Make sure you check them out on YouTube, and keep me updated when you guys got something coming up. You ever need a guest, I'm gonna jump on and chop it up. I'm always down. Let me know. But
yeah, let's get it.
Appreciate you guys jumping on the Pitch, Putt, and Puff. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will talk to you next Tuesday with a recap. I will be out this weekend. I have my daughter's dance recital on Sunday, so no golf for me. Got big kid responsibilities. But after that, but after that, I'm back full season.
All about the dance recitals, bro.
That's it, man.
We gotta go.
And I'll get a recap. I'll get a couple of the guys on to recap the show for Tuesday. We'll be back Tuesday with another episode of the Pitch, Putt, Puff. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll talk to you then. Peace.
Yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, Putt, and Puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burt and Bogies, holding one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, Putt, and Puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story.
Yo, I gotta do this. This is tough. What?
We know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam. That's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front.
This is tight.
In the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discussing the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front.
Hey.
Light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam. That's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff, we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, Putt, and Puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam. That's our stuff.